What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Right now, what we're going to be doing is maxing out the Jimmy Graham. I want to point out a lot of things about this card. He went from a 50 player all the way demoted to a flashback. Now, a lot of you guys that follow my content, you guys know EA Sports, it's kind of a love-hate relationship that we have because they intentionally do stuff to make it harder for me the way I play the game. You know, I promoted the Gmias streak last year. They split up streak specialists, made it into all kinds of foolishness to kind of take it away. But it looks like it still currently works seamlessly on next gen, and it's more difficult to do on current gen, but that just gives us more work to do. All right, so what I'm going to be doing in this video, we're going to be going over that. We're going to be taking a look at, you know, the moss action because they tuned it up a lot, but I don't think they can ever take it out of the game unless they change a lot more. Now remember, realistically speaking, prior to the three type of catches with the rack, the possession, and the aggressive, you were able to determine the type of animation that your card used to get. It's only recent that now this is a big deal that people are mossing people one-on-one because height used to be a major factor prior to Madden 16, where you can go up and get the ball and stuff like that, and that's why we went after the bigger players. Now with the way the game is, the development team has successfully made it like really bum friendly. So you can just throw the ball anywhere you want. And it doesn't matter that Jimmy Graham is 6'7". Eric Allen at 5'-6", he's gonna still jump up higher than him and pick him off. It's a very, very astounding fact that these individuals that are responsible for the gameplay are continuously able to get away with these things because it doesn't make any sense. And what happens is it's just common sense. Like if we look at something and we say to ourselves, why is that happening? It should be questioned at a different level with other people. But for some reason, nobody gets questioned by it, and it keeps on going on, it keeps on going on. So being able to moss people, it's more fascinating because it's a little bit more difficult to do. They've overtaken the gameplay with predetermined animations, and it's made the game impossible to be realistic. All right, so for me right now, we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on with him, but I'm gonna let you guys know, you're gonna need two specific abilities on him to try this. I would urge you guys to try it out. You know, preferably right now in the all Madden head-to-head, you can probably lab it in that because those records are not being saved. So it doesn't really matter your win-loss records. It's all about, you know, the level and how many coins you get. So matchup nightmare and, you know, deep out because we're going to play Jimmy Graham on the outside. We already have Uncle Vern in the slot. So we don't need to kind of replace Uncle Vern. He's pretty much unreplaceable. Also, this guy is only a 93 speed. On a theme team, he's a 95. Notice what EA is doing though. They're opening it up. So maybe if somebody makes a golden ticket, you can make a Jimmy Graham and make him a lot faster because he's not going to get another card. Unless EA decides to give him something later. I don't really see that happening, but it is something that you guys can take a look at just to kind of make it real clear with you guys. All right, so with that being said, everything else that comes with the video, I'm going to show you guys what's going to be happening in the game. We're going to take a look at the way he jumps, you know, what made me want to do this and all that stuff. We're going to talk about all together in the video, but we are going to discover right now that I think EA tuned the game along the lines of next gen. Although they say the patch notes were just for something with challenges, it looks like they might have geared the game back up towards Madden 20 or, like I said, next gen. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add these two abilities because what I learned, listen, having matchup nightmare on the players that you want to moss with, it actually helps out a lot. So we're going to have to take an ability point from Randy Moss. He's being demoted. We don't have to use him anymore. Pretty much what happens is he's not a good blocker and he's not able to always go up and get the ball. In certain cases, he'll be Randy Moss. But for the most part, I don't think the development team understands Randy has to have the ability to be able to jump because that's what he did. He went up there and he got the ball. That's what he did. And it's really absurd that they really have a game where it doesn't really matter like who the player is. They will not react to the ball. They honestly 100% will not react to the football. So that to me is a major, major issue, but it's something else entirely that we have to go ahead and discuss probably at another time. But regardless of all of that, we have to go over one more pointer, right? I'm going to add him in the specialist under the slot wide receiver. Guys, remember, he's still going to get his sprinter. He's still going to get the play fake because those abilities and the chems they're maxed out already. All right, so my physical chems with sprinter is already maxed out. So although it has a circle through it, he still gets it. The play fake scheme chemistry, he still gets it because it's maxed out. The only thing he's not going to get credit for is a Saint. because I don't have the Saint chemistry maxed out. But if I did, he would still get the boost. All right, so just understand that. Once it's maxed out for your regular team, you can add additional players and have them with that circle and the line through it, and it still counts inside the game. All right, I just want to make sure I'm very clear with that. I've still been getting questions about it. I just want to make sure it's clarified, because I did see other people that didn't really know what was going on comment and say that it doesn't contribute, like when you have sprinter and it's a line through it, it doesn't contribute. That is false. As long as your sprinter is 40 or 40 with your base team, any additional player does not have to be in the lineup, and it will still get the credit for the max out. All right, so this is a look at the lineup and what we're doing. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the game. For those of you guys that want the uncut gameplay to know what's going on, please check out GmiasWorld Gaming right here on YouTube. Also GmiasWorld Podcast right here on YouTube, and you'll get a different insight into what we do. Now, for this game right here, like I said, we have to see, because there's something about this matchup nightmare that we discovered with, Uncle Vern. What would happen if we put a tight end on the outside? Because remember, the linebackers are not involved. You're only supposed to be getting those with the linebackers. But if we do have to send Jimmy Graham on the post for whatever reason, usually in the middle of the field, you're going to have a sub linebacker. That will give you the ability. Oh, he's getting screamed at. That will give you the ability to utilize matchup nightmare a little bit better. He's just standing there, and I just stood there, and he just threw me the pick. Like this dude right here, like what you're going to note, and this is his divisional game. So it's kind of interesting that this guy made it this far, because I don't know who he was playing. Right here, we let him hang. Did he just do a loop blitz? I don't know what that was, but he played that perfectly, bro, and just stopped me. Then he just comes out. Yeah, throw a flat, get hit stick. Like, this dude right here is OP, fam. This dude is truly OP. It don't really matter, though. Just scream at him. All right, you got to be able to pick that, though. Bro, you got to be able to pick that off. Pick the ball off. All the way off, dude. Like, don't worry about it. Just pick it off. But anyway, that's neither here nor... Oh, we trying to trouble... Oh, okay. All right, who's that? Gonzalez? Dude, what? What the hell's this guy doing, bro? Dude, who? What? Ronnie Lutton's got his legs. It don't matter. Like I said, I'm not worried about this guy because I already know based on his play calling, the dude's garbage. Okay, he just, dude, this guy is infuriating. This guy right here, yeah, he's really, bro, he just threw it. That was a throw out of sack though, and it was so deadly accurate with 3 guys around him. Like at some point, he got to throw a pick. All right, that's better, dude. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know when a guy is just gearing up, barking up the wrong. Oh yeah, that's 6. So look. The separation that he gets, the tight end in the tight end position, because it's for, again, better catching and route running against linebackers, he's going to be able to get separation like that. We already know that. I think that they tuned it up a little bit. So that's a thing with your regular tight end. As far as putting tight ends on the outside, this is just an experiment, all right, with matchup nightmare, because typically they don't usually come in contact with linebackers unless you put them on a post route. So if you have like Hot Route Master and the dude is just giving you the inside, you could go ahead and put your guy on a post and just do whatever you have to do with that. But it isn't something that you necessarily always have to have on the outside. This is all an experiment. So right here, this is when I knew, you see how he jumped up so high? I knew something was up. So we're going to keep, I wanted to keep trying it to see what was going on, kind of see. And a lot of people talk about fatigue. But the one thing that I learned, it didn't really matter about his fatigue. I never really worried about, what the hell? What is he doing? I don't know what that was. What was that route combination? Okay, just drop on the ground. All right, so look, it became a lab game, right? This is his divisional game, like I said, but it became a lab game for me because I really need to see. So 1-on-1 right there. Okay, Moss. Now, once he did that, I realized something. The matchup nightmare, it doesn't really do much, but if you are going to get an opportunity to jump to catch it, it allows him to catch it. You see what I'm saying? Without the matchup nightmare, he doesn't get that additional catch radius, so he won't catch it. So that was the big deal that was going on. The more abilities that you have that has like the catching involved with it, that's what makes them good. You remember early in the year, the receiving backs, and they have that, backfield master for 1? You see the way he's catching that and lighting up and just going? This is similar to Madden 20 or next gen Madden. And it's very interesting that you need all these abilities to do it, but it's a thing. And that's what we were missing. That's why there were so many predetermined animations. So what I'm going to urge you guys to do, okay, right now we're just labbing the high pass. So this is all high pass within the red zone. Like the 21-yard line. It works there too with the matchup nightmare. I'm going to urge you guys to go into practice mode and probably check to see if anybody, I don't know if anybody has matchup nightmare. So like I said, you may just have to do the all Madden because with those leaderboards with the head-to-head, nobody is really doing anything. as far as really trying to, you know, do it, because you don't have a leaderboard, so it doesn't matter. Maybe you lab it there with Matchup Nightmare. That way it doesn't affect your overall record and everything. With the, you know, the regular MUT head-to-head, that's all pro, because it might just benefit you a little bit differently. So right here is still the same thing. For some reason, he's jumping a lot more with Matchup Nightmare and Deep Out. And I can't figure out what is going on. But now that I know that those things are happening, it opens up the door for everything else that we may want to do. Because we may have just figured out, you know, something that EA can't tune, because then they would have to tune Matchup Nightmare, which I don't think they want to do this late in the year. Right here, we're going to get picked. That time we just didn't jump, and I threw the ball late. You know, we're going to have to work on that. Obviously, it's the first time that I started high passing in the game, because I thought it just didn't work at all, but we got 1 for 6. But it is what it is. So I figured it out. He is unstoppable at 6'7" with, you know, you got to give him the Deep Out, and you got to give him the Matchup Nightmare, and then see what happens. You might figure something else out. But the outside, I didn't get one predetermined animation well, no, we didn't. It was just that one pick that we threw, and that was pretty much it. So let me know if you have any other questions or comments. I'm going to continue to see what we're doing right here. I think we threw for 8 touchdowns as well. It was kind of wild, bro. This game was really, really intense. Dude was garbage, though, but it is what it is. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. One love, y'all.